On the news this morning, heat temperature. Mrs. Nonye Soludo urges nursing mothers to increase child's breast milk intake for steady hydration. High cost of living. Traders tax federal government on importation of foodstuffs to reduce hunger. Former head of state, General Gowon, calls for unity of ECOWAS state for prosperity of the sub-region. Two workers died in bridge collapse in Dutch city of Lochem. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a traditional maintenance of the Edinburgh State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the tax ahead. Welcome to the news this morning. My name is Chidima Orangwa. As the current temperature rise continues to bite across the country, Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has asked the nursing mothers living in the state to raise the breast milk intake of their babies to keep them steadily hydrated. The governor's wife who stated this in Oka also urged pregnant women to create ventilation where they sleep or work, to take regular water and baths to reduce intense heat reactions. A few weeks ago, the country began to experience extreme heat temperatures and high humidity, raising concerns about health and serious safety worries. According to the Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET), the temperature of the weather through forecast fluctuates between 34 degrees Celsius to 39 degrees Celsius all over the nation, with Anambra and the rest southern eastern state topping the red zone. The extreme climate change, according to Mrs. Soludo, should not be overlooked, given its serious impact on health, including possibilities of extreme dehydration, heat, stroke, measles, rashes, chickenpox, body weakness, and respiratory problems. She reiterated her advisory on regular water intake of up to 5 liters per day and explained that the current weather condition demands even higher water intake beyond the recommended units. The governor's wife also suggested other alternatives such as adequate cool baths, sleeping outside the room but under insecticide-treated nets, opening up all the ventilation channels in the house, using hand fans, rechargeable fans, or air conditioning options, among others. She also advised pregnant and breastfeeding moms to incorporate more fruits and vegetables in their diets and drink healthy fluids, especially juice or smoothies made from natural fruits. The Anambra governor's wife also advised against engaging in physical activities in the peak of the day and to avoid direct subheat during the peak of the day's temperature, especially between 12 noon to 4 p.m. She also urged schools, markets, worship places, offices, and other public places to make drinking water available at strategic corners to help those in severe thirst and to reduce dehydration issues. Mrs. Soludo, while explaining that the current weather condition is temporary, highlighted the essence of tree planting and why the present administration in the state is pushing for the green economic revolution led by regenerative agriculture. Anambra State House of Assembly Committee on Health has conducted an oversight visit to the Office of Anambra State Indigenous Medicine and Herbal Practice as part of their duty to identify challenges and offer solutions. Led by its chairman, Honorable Tony Mobike, the committee aimed to familiarize themselves with the office operations, addressing journalists. Honorable Mobike, representing Agota 2 constituency, emphasized that the visit was not intended to return individuals, but to gather facts about the operation of the office, identify any existing challenges, and propose solutions. House of Assembly correspondent Emmanuel Chiwata filed on this report.
The lawmaker underscored the importance of establishing a legal framework for the office to address many of its issues effectively, highlighting the need for a harmonious working environment. Honorable Mwabike called for cooperation and peaceful coexistence among staff and management to enhance productivity.
We hope that what transpired here today will only lead to betterment, a peaceful coexistence, and more importantly, a more productive department. It shouldn't lead to any further disintegration.
Speaking, the majority leader of the assembly, Honorable Ikenna Ofodeme, emphasized the importance of collaboration and mutual respect to ensure the continued operation of the office. In response, the special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on medicals and pharmaceuticals and head of the Anambra State Indigenous Medicine and Herbal Practice, Dr. Godwin Nadozie, informed the lawmakers of the functions of the office. He disclosed that the office oversees over 2,000 registered traditional medical practitioners and emphasized ongoing efforts to eliminate quackery while highlighting the economic viability of the office.
I think now we are stratifying them. We are bone attendants. We are traditional attendants. In our wonder or in our work by the house. When we stratify them by click of a button, we know how many of these people to each local government. And what we are about to embark on coming March is what we call geolocal identification. We have their address now. Now is to physically visit. As we visit them, once you are in your place, we geotag you. You may not know geotagging is that place is geomarked and linked to satellite.
Among the committee members present were the member representing Agwata 1 constituency, Honorable Anayo Obaleke, Honorable Patrick Kudoba representing Anambra West, and Honorable Iman Wanfo representing Urumba South. Emmanuel Shibata for ABS News.
Dealers on food stalls and cooking spices at Ekoka Market have called on the federal government to reopen all borders with neighboring countries that were hitherto closed to ensure the importation of foodstuffs in order to reduce hunger. Some of the traders who spoke to ABS team of business correspondents led by Mr. Abuchi Wozo were of the view that the daily increase in the price of food items is as a result of the border closure by the federal government, adding that the nation cannot produce more food items that will be enough for the people. Kenechukwu Chukwudi was part of the team that fathom the story.
Mr. Ikechukwu Anierobi, who deals in foodstuff including bags of rice and beans at a Ekoka market, emphasized that there is constant change in the price of food items within a short period, which according to his northern suppliers are due to bandit attacks, closure of Niger borders, and exchange rates even with neighboring countries' currencies all have affected prices. He revealed that 120 kilogram bag of beans is now sold at 130,000 naira from around 50,000 naira few months ago. A 42 kg bag of Nigerian rice, which used to go for 25,000 naira, is now over 42,000 naira. He called for urgent government intervention by opening the borders for importation.
Government should address this issue. Border.
In the same vein, Mr. Ekene Nwachukwu, who deals in spices, sachet and tin tomatoes, including groundnut oil, noted the serious challenge in the prices of goods, which has affected sales, as 5 liters of groundnut oil, which normally sold for 8,000 naira, is now over 11,000 naira just within weeks. He called on those in leadership to help the masses, not only being close to them during electioneering.
When the challenge, challenge, and the customers now complain. They work out dry. When I get now, most of this oil you buy 8,000, 8,500, Nime December. Now 11,000.
Mr. Donatus Ugochukwu, who deals in mattresses, pillows, and other bedding items, explained that the importation of raw materials and machinery for foam manufacturing is being affected by exchange rate will inadvertently affect the price of mattresses. 6x10 mattress is now sold for over 90,000 naira from 65,000 naira few months ago. Same with other sizes. Mr. Ugochukwu said the situation called for concern as it might worsen if not checkmated, calling on Nigerians to have faith as situation will improve through the help of God.
I believe God is in control because human beings has failed. So I don't know where we're going. Really, I can't say if I'm talking as human being. I don't know where we're going.
Chief Ikenna Okafor of Akweza community in Anota Kanto area have been awarded with honorary doctorate degree on entrepreneurial innovation by Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. The conferment took place at the ASU Secretariat, UNIZIK, Oka, during the 17th extraordinary convocation ceremony of honorary awardees conferment. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzukoye filed in this report.
The award came out of his philanthropic gesture towards many institutions across the globe, which Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, benefited immensely as he single-handedly built and equipped the institution's business school. The Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, Da Jacob Nyangbuba, in an address, compliments the Vice Chancellor and his management team for convening the extraordinary convocation to enable the honorary degree awardee to, in the best academic traditions, accept and receive his doctorate degrees in person before convocation. Da Nyangbuba reminded the awardee that the great honor calls to do more, urging the Vice Chancellor, Professor Charles Sesimone, to keep up with the admirable tempo of his administration as his tenure winds down. On his part, the Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Charles Sesimone, stated that it is practiced worldwide. Honorary degree are conferred by universities on persons who have distinguished themselves by exemplary service in specific fields or to the society generally.
The degree award given to Sir Chief Dr. Ikenna Okafor. Honorary degrees are conferred by universities on persons who have distinguished themselves by exemplary service in specific fields.
Responding after he has been decorated by the Chancellor of the University, Oka, the awardee, Dr. Ikenna Okafor, emphasized that Anambra is blessed with prominent men who can join hands with him to intervene in areas of education and other sectors. The state will be center for attractions, challenging the institution to go sort out for 2 or 3 men in all the communities in the state and see that it's achievable. Dr. Okafor disclosed that for UNIZIK to confer on him doctorate degree on entrepreneurial innovation, it means they understand his capacity and what he can offer, having been well trained to be able to administer the fund, promising he will do more.
Anambra is blessed with very good people. But I've seen that if you don't consciously intervene, our society will perish.
From ASU Secretariat, UNIZIK, Amaka Okoye, ABS News.
A former Nigerian head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, has appealed to West African leaders to put aside their differences and reunite for peace, stability and prosperity of the sub-region. Correspondent Ekwe Ajide filed in this report.
In an open letter to all heads of states and government of ECOWAS member states presented in Abuja, Gowon expressed concerns about the recent pronouncements by Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger of their intention to exit from ECOWAS. He said that the breakup of the community would have far-reaching implications, especially for ordinary citizens who have been the major beneficiaries of regional integration. The former head of state called that all sanctions imposed on Burkina Faso, Guinea, Mali and Niger be lifted, implored leaders of those countries to withdraw their notices to leave ECOWAS and participate in a summit to discuss the future of the community. According to him, ECOWAS is more than a coalition of states, but a community established for the good of the people based on shared history, culture, and tradition.
I thank you all for giving due consideration to this appeal, which has been made with sincerity and deep sense of moral responsibility. I urge all other elders in the sub-region to join me in this campaign to immediately restore unity and shared purpose within ECOWAS.
In his speech while receiving the open letter, the president of ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Tori, promised to get it to all heads of state, as the message is coming at the right time when several countries in the region are facing political instability and insecurity. He hopes that the former head of state's letter will spur peace and unity in the sub-region.
I want to assure Your Excellency that each and every head of state of the ECOWAS community will receive their copy of your signed letter. It's a powerful message. It's a message that looks at the ECOWAS of people, not ECOWAS of governments. I take note of your appeal and the recommendations you have made in this letter.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
2 workers have died in the Netherlands after part of an under-construction bridge collapsed. The incident in the Lochem happened after cables snapped on a bridge had been hoisted into place, which plummeted to the ground. 2 other people were injured and are being treated in hospital. Lochem is a city in the eastern province of Gelderland. Officials described the bridge collapse as an industrial accident and said an investigation into the cause was underway. Dozens of people were watching the section of the bridge being swung into place when the collapse happened. The cause of the collapse was not yet clear and an investigation has continued. Local authorities say that 2 injured people had been taken to hospital and were expected to survive. Over now to sports. African Games champion Chukwuebuka Enegwechi has set a new Indo-African record in shot put and also beat the Paris 2024 Olympics qualifying mark after landing a massive 21.63 meters at the HDV meeting in Czech Republic. He broke the 13-year-old African Indo record of 21.47 meters, which was set by Janus Roberts of South Africa in 2001. He finished second in the event behind New Zealand's Tom Walsh, who reached a mark of 21.96 meters. His first was 21.32 meters, and he followed it with the African record in his second attempt with a massive throw of 21.63 meters. He won his first national title in 2016 and added consecutive titles from 2021 to 2023. Death is believed by Christians to be a transformation into everlasting glory. This belief was what strengthened the family and friends as they interred the remains of late Mr. Jude Anthony Nwankwo to rest in his home in Ndiakwu, Otolo-Nnewi North Local Government Area amidst tears, but in total submission to the will of God. The burial mass, which took place at St. Cletus Catholic Church, Otolo-Nnewi, was presided over by the Catholic Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, Most Reverend Jonas Benson Okoye. The rest of the report will be taken from our studio.
Homely on the topic Constellation of Hope, Reverend Father Pascal Onwubenu of the Catholic Archdiocese of Onitsha described Mr. Onunkwo as a humble man with a mindset of making a positive impact on the society and winning souls for God.
We are here because we still have hope that Jude is not lost. We have hope that Jude's sins have been paid for. We have hope that Jude has been purchased at the price. The price is so precious that cannot be replicated because we can't have another precious only because the Son of God.
Eulogizing the memories of the deceased, the immediate younger brother, Justice Oke Onunkwo of Nigerian Court of Appeal, said his brother was a man with many virtues who carried all his siblings along in whatever he did.
My brother is a combination of so many virtues, chief among which is humility. He was a very humble, hard-working man, generally self-effacing. He cared so much for people, no matter who they are. His level of empathy was legendary.
The first son and the first daughter of the deceased, Mr. Michael Onunwo and Miss Obianuju Onunwo, said their father was a disciplinarian and God-fearing man who always sought the will of God in everything.
My dad was a great man. He helped so many people secretly. He doesn't. If he helps you, he doesn't like what they call all this show off. Anyway, he's humble. He doesn't like carrying his shoulder up, and he's contented what he have. The little he has, he's contented with it. What I miss more is about his spiritual life and his prayers and discipline he instilled in us.
Many dignitaries attended the burial ceremony, including the Chief Medical Director, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakwaka, Dr. Joe Akabike, Managing Director, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Sachido Obidiegu, alumni of Federal Government College, Umuahia, and Dennis Memorial Grammar School, Onitsha, friends, relatives, and well-wishers. Late Mr. Jude Anthony Onunwo, who died at the age of 63, was survived by his mother, brothers, sisters, and children.
And that's just about it on the news this morning. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. A quick recap of our major stories. Heat temperature. Mrs. Nonya Soludo has urged nursing mothers to increase children's breast milk intake for steady hydration. High cost of living. Traders have taxed federal government on importation of foodstuffs to reduce hunger. Former head of state General Gowon has called for unity of ECOWAS states for prosperity of the sub-region. And out of warrants, and we told you that 2 workers have died in breach collapse in Dutch city of Lochem. Remember, the Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the tax ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Good morning.